Yeah, okay.
So,
But during the offering, I'm going to be playing pretty loud at one point, just FYI.
okay, well,
So-
well then let's have Joe do it, because he's the one who's speaking at that point. And just say, the worship team wants to, if I write you a little thing, it might be helpful, but basically what we want to say is just a reminder that these pieces aren't performances, but it really is their gift to you to play music, and the gift of your loving attention is also appreciated. Basically, don't talk. But we're trying to say it. So you're going to be in the congregation, and he's going to introduce you. So just be real close if you should. You mind sitting down? So when during the beginning, or? Yeah, I mean, what do you say right before you're going to introduce them? Or I'm good. How are you? Sorry.
I basically introduced treasure and information at uuasheville.org about the newsletter, and then it's you.
Okay, but it's in the introduction, so you'll know. Okay, thanks. Okay, great.
Okay.
Right, yeah, so, yeah, when Vinny's perfect. Thank you, Graham, for catching that.
And this is during Beach Spring that you want me to do the reminder?
Doing what?
The offertory song Beach Spring?
Yes, right
Okay.
before that. That'd be nice, because then both Les and I are gonna kind of follow up on it anytime. And Graham, just as soon as we're finished with this quick run-through, we're gonna do a mic check on both of them. Okay.
Okay. I just gotta think about
All right, so after the work of congregation, benediction, after music to meet the moment. Let's do a quick mic check for you both, so you can see how you, basically as long as you keep your chin here at the line of the pulpit, you don't have to do, and don't touch, no touchy.
Don't touch it.
No touchy.
Did you know the UU Asheville is celebrating its 75th year? Once a month, etc.
Yeah. Once a month, well, it's twice this month, so.
Well, yeah, normally it's once a month.
Namaste.
Oh, you have something written, right?
I do have something.
Good.
I just don't,
Don't want to yell it out right now.
I mean, I could, it's just,
So when I'm introducing him, our thought was he would light the candle while I introduce him, and then,
Perfect.
so are there matches here? Or
So this is the lighter.
lighter?
So what you do is you push that up, and then it sparks when you push that little, there's a little button there, and then
okay.
turn it off.
I'm probably ought to make sure I can figure that out.
Push it up.
So go up, and then, okay. got
You
it.
want to practice real quick? I mean, it is easy, but it's nice to feel how it feels.
Well, and also, I'm a little handicapped. I don't have a right wrist, so.
If it doesn't work, we can swap it up.
I can do it left hand.
It works surprisingly well.
Been doing it for 30 years, so.
So I'm going to turn it off because it's battery powered. All right, and they both sounded great. Thank you. So now we can let folks in. And
Probably not gonna read a word for word.
Good morning.
It's not on.
It's on.
It's not on.
Hello. Oh, there we go.
when they joined, you should see Jim Fox.
I'm right here. And actually,
weather? Not much.
I'm sure I have plenty of rubble to lay on. I will do my best. I got a little bit of stuff in my brain. I said to my boss the other day, my heart was full. If only that worked at work. Good morning and welcome to everyone. Those of you here with us in the sanctuary and those of you at home, whoever you are, whomever you love, however you identify, whatever yearning for hope brings you here today, we are glad you're here with us. I am Joe Penno, your worship associate today. I am a white, cisgendered, middle-aged, balding man with a white goatee, stout of build, I think. With me on the chancel this morning is our lead minister, Reverend Audette. Dr. Les and our amazing choir are here. Graham is on tech today. We are also grateful to everyone who lends a hand. From our ushers and greeters, our coffee and cleanup sages, our faith formation collaborators, and everyone who keeps this place humming. Want to lend your talents? Talk to Trevor. But today I've got a special ask. We're a little short-handed downstairs, and if anybody can lend a hand with our K through to second grade folks, that would be terrific. Now, in preparation for this hour of love, hope, and liberation, please take a moment to carefully silence your devices, unwrap any little candies that you might have, and prepare your hearts to hear our opening music.
That's right, oh, yoo-hoo, woo-hoo. I'm going to welcome everybody on this rainy Sunday morning. By the way, there's lots of seats right here in the second row, and boy, it makes it look really empty on the video, I'm noticing. So cheat towards that spot, y'all. I want to invite the Fleming brothers up for our chalice lighting, and also those of you doing the 75th are going to just stage yourself right here. Welcome, welcome, y'all. Thank you. We light this chalice for the ones who arrive disheveled, carrying questions, contradictions, grief half-healed, and dreams still raw. You deserve a place that welcomes your becoming, that knows your fire is not too much, your silence not too little. A place that sees your shadows and still reaches for your light. You deserve a community that listens when you speak your truth and sits with you in turmoil and rises with you in joy, that believes in your voice even when it trembles. You deserve a circle that brings you hope and coffee and poetry, a place to rest, a place to rise. May this be that place, not perfect, but possible, not without cracks, but full of light. Welcome. Come on up, Chris from the 75th anniversary team.
Did you know that UU Asheville is celebrating its 75th birthday? Fantastic. So each month leading up to our bigger celebration for the weekend of May 9th, so mark your calendars, we will be having a table set up that you might have noticed in Sandberg Hall with interesting artifacts about our history. We also want to acknowledge and honor the people that have helped to make our continuing congregation possible. So here's Steph to give you a little background about our congregation.
Namaste. I'm going to share a little bit about our Buddhist experience here in UU Congregation of Asheville. Our Buddhism and Unitarian Universalism goes way back to early interested parties, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Margaret Fuller, and Henry David Thoreau. Fast forward a few years, and in the 90s, Soto Zen master Nancy Spence led a Buddhist Sangha. And then later in 2015, member Jim Steffi started a class and then led a Sangha. And our current Sangha is led by myself, Dwayne Bigelow, and Kelly Dwynan. And we meet the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month from 6:30 to 8. And if you're interested or just curious, come check us out.
There we go. We're going to sing a song that we learned last week. No one is getting left behind. It's a chant from Minneapolis. So you might have music, you might not. The words will be on the screen if we can have the words up. And if you can rise in body or spirit as we sing, I'm going to help you. We're not going to practice it this time. I'm just going to help you the first time, and then we'll sing it several times. This means sing it again, right? And this means stop singing. Right. Okay. Here we go. And
no one is getting left behind this time. No one is getting left behind. No one is getting left behind this time. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all.
And
No one is getting left behind this time.
let's go a little faster.
No one is getting left behind. No one is getting left behind this time. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all.
Again.
No one is getting left behind this time. No one is getting left
Boop boo. Good morning, everyone. I need some help this morning. Are you guys ready to help me? Who's ready to help me? Terrific. All right, people are going to be nice though, right? Because actually that's what we're going to be kind of talking about today is I need some help making sure we're being really friendly and we know how to be friendly to a lot of different people. So here's what I'm going to ask. First of all, have any of you ever been new to a school or to Scouts or to a congregation like UU Asheville? Have any of you ever been new before? Pretty much everybody was new at some point, right? Exactly, right? All of us have been new at some point. So quick question. When you were new, think about that day. When you were new, what was something that somebody did? You're new right now. Good, we're going to be practicing. What was something that somebody did to make it feel easier for you or better or like a friendly place? Can anybody tell me anything that happened that made it feel friendlier or more welcoming? What? Ooh, somebody hugged you and that made you feel welcome and like it was a friendly place, maybe? Yeah, some people like that. That could be very friendly. How about something else? Anybody else have a quick thing that made you feel welcome? A smile. A smile is a good one. Well, so I have let's think about it, because what if we have a new friend who comes here, and they've never been here before, and maybe they don't see very well, and guess what the problem is? Now they need to go to the bathroom. What are we going to do? What should we do? Guide them? Like maybe take their hand or ask if they want help and show them where is that what you mean? Yeah. What was that? Yeah, they can't see very well, maybe, so they could get you could help them. You could maybe help by guiding them. Wow, that's a great idea. Terrific. So now here's a different problem. So we have a friend who's coming to the congregation. This friend is from the planet Blork. Coming from the planet Blork, has never been to Earth before. And this little alien kiddo also only sings sounds and songs to talk, to communicate. What would you think we should do when this little singing alien comes? How should we make them feel comfortable? Maybe sing a lot of songs, more songs than. Or if we could learn some Blork songs, that would be extremely good as an idea, right? Like instead of just expecting that our little alien friend learns our songs, maybe we learn their song. Would that be cool? And we sing it? Yeah, I kind of want to do that now. I want to learn a Blork song. Well, so that's a little bit of what we're going to be thinking about today, and maybe as you go to your classes, you can be thinking about that too. We're going to be talking about how do we make our congregation safe and friendly and welcoming and a good place for people to be. So speaking of, it's not in Blork, I'm going to be honest with you, but we're going to sing our song. I'm just pushing that over there. We do need some help, so there may be some grown-ups asked to stay downstairs. Just a note, you may be asked to stay. But we're going to sing you out to your classes. If your grown-ups haven't been with you before, they may want to go and see where to pick you up later. We're going to sing. All right, we're going to take a moment just to let folks come and go. Maybe some folks need to come in and find a place now that there's more space. Because what we're going to do now is transition to a moment of prayer, so we want to let let folks get a little settled in your bodies. Maybe you take a few deep breaths, settle your feet on the floor, make yourself comfortable. This is actually one of my favorite prayers. It was written by Reverend Barbara Peskin. In this familiar place, listen. Listen to the sounds of breathing, creaking chairs, shuffling feet, clearing throats, and sighing all around. Know that each breath, movement, the glance meant for you or intercepted, holds a life within it. These are signs that we choose to be in this company, have things to say to each other, things not yet said, but in each other's presence, still trembling behind our heart's doors. These doors closed, but unlocked. Each silent thing waiting on the threshold between unknowing and knowing, between being hidden and being known. Find the silence among these people and listen to it all. Breathing, sighs, movement, holding back. Hear the tears that have not yet reached eyes. Perhaps they are your own. Hear also the laughter building deep where joy abides despite everything. Listen, rejoice, and say amen.
Reverend Audette has selected a reading, and it's an excerpt from A Different Church by Gail Geisenheimer in UU World. This one spoke to me especially. All the good parts is the part you need to understand about this congregation. I dressed so carefully for my first Sunday visit to a UU church. I spiked my short hair straight up into the air. I dug out my heaviest, oldest work boots, the ones with a chainsaw cut that exposed the steel toe. Dirty word, dirty word, dirty word. So sorry. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Well, now you got it all, folks. So I got my torn blue jeans and my leather jacket. There would not be a shred of ambiguity this Sunday morning. They would embrace me in my full Amazon glory, or they could fry ice. I carefully arranged my outfit so it would highlight the rock-hard chip on my shoulder. I bundled up every shred of pain and hurt and betrayal I had harbored from every other religious experience in my life, and I lumbered into that tiny meeting house on the coast of Maine. I expected the gray-haired ladies in the foyer to step back in fear. That would have been familiar. Instead, they stepped forward, offered me a bulletin, a newsletter, and invited me to stay for coffee. It was so odd. They never even flinched. They called me dear. Stay for coffee, dear. I stayed for coffee. I stayed for Unitarian Universalism. Over time, the good folks of that church loved up the scattered parts of me and guided me from shattered to whole, from outcast to beloved among many. And those folks listened to me. I and my life partner became their poster children for the brand new Welcoming Congregation program, designed to help congregations live into their values for effective welcoming of LGBTQ people. Please don't think the transition was smooth or swift. Those were not imaginary superheroes. They were human beings. And this was the mid-1980s. During the worship service on my second or third Sunday, a woman stood during Joys and Concerns to announce that all homosexuals had AIDS. All homosexuals are deviants who could not be trusted with children, public health, or civil society. Now, I was at my own road. I left quickly after the service. But what about next Sunday? Would I go back? I did go back. I was in the throes of learning my first lessons of being in covenant with a congregation. When we covenant to walk together through all that life brings, it means that when things get ugly, we don't walk away. Oh, how we may want to walk away, but our covenants call us to abide and work things through. The next week, the regular minister was back. The service began as usual. I tensed up when joys and sorrows came around. Someone announced something like a birthday. I can't fully remember, but I vividly remember that one by one, folks stood up and awkwardly announced that not everything said last week was right or true or representative of who we were as a Unitarian Universalist congregation. The crossroad had been engaged. The direction the congregation would take was being chosen. This congregation would not get stuck in conflict, mired in name-calling, or diverted from its gentle, steady trek toward building the beloved community. Our aspirations were unfolding one voice at a time.
New day dawning, life before us unexplored. Morning sun not far above us lights the way. New world's calling, feel the wind beneath your wings, fly into the promise of a bright new day. Like a moth drawn to the candle, I am drawn to future's fire. Lift my wings and let me fly. Lift my wings and let me fly. Let me fly closer to the flame. I fly closer to the flame. Ever closer to the flame. Soaring upward with a passion for the day. Loving my life and flying closer to the flame. Like a moth drawn to the candle, I am drawn to future's fire. Lift my wings and let me fly. Lift my wings and let me fly. Let me fly closer to the flame. Like a moth drawn to the candle, I am drawn to future's fire. Lift my wings and let me fly. Lift my wings and let me fly. Let me fly closer to the flame. I fly closer to the flame. Ever closer to the flame. Face the future. Flying closer to the flame. Ever closer to the flame. Ever closer to the flame.
I was just sitting there and realized I didn't turn down my phone either. Okay. So, changing subjects. One of my favorite movies of all time is Fried Green Tomatoes. How many of you fried green tomato fans? Fanny flag. And specifically the relationship between Ruth and Iggy. When Ruth's marriage becomes untenable because of abuse, she sends a message home to her beloved Iggy. The author of the book, Fanny Flagg, decided that the deeply religious Ruth would look to the Bible to help her make sense of her decision to commit to a life with Iggy. The book of Ruth. Whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people. The story is one of the ways in which lives intertwine and how they grow and become more because of one another. Not just Iggy and Ruth, but also, of course, Evelyn and Ninny. It's about the change and growth that can happen when we connect to each other. It's about becoming us. Now, these times, like few before, have separated us one from another in ways that often lie heavy. Loneliness and hyperpartisanship is a powerful presence these days, and loneliness is highly correlated with a host of concerning issues. The New York Times has a podcast. It's called it has many podcasts, but this one is called Rabbit Hole. It's basically an audio documentary that delves into the radicalization of a young man into the extreme alt-right, and then, fortunately, back out again. This is also the subject of the New Yorker's Andrew Marantz, who wrote the book Antisocial, Online Extremist, Techno-Utopians, and the Hijacking of the American Conversation. So let me cut to the chase, because this part is not rocket science. Loneliness and social isolation are pure breeding grounds for extremism, especially among, but not exclusively, among young men. Extremist movements of every kind know this, and so what they do is they craft a project that is quite simple. You begin by befriending the friendless. You welcome them. You encourage and uplift them. You help them find a place in a circle of companions. You begin to shape a series of shared goals, indeed a mission, something larger than oneself to be a part of, to give yourself to. You affirm their identity. In fact, you glorify it. Step by step, you invite and train and begin to set sharper and more definitive boundaries of belief. This is right, that is wrong. These are your people, those are the enemy. And now you're one of those people who knows the real truth, right? You are in on the secret. You are among the chosen. We are the ones who must save what needs to be saved. You are with us. It is us against them. It's all about becoming a highly defined and very exclusive us. So if you've ever wondered why all the world's great spiritual teachers say things like, you must love your neighbor as yourself, it is because of that great human reality. We are always, again and again, pulled into tribes and factions. We are seduced and we fall constantly to that most basic human urge to separate ourselves into us and them. In most of human experience, what we choose or what we endeavor to create has had both a blessing and a shadow side, right? We humans can make so much out of solitude. It can give us the quiet that we need for deeper contemplation. It can open doors to creativity and achievement. But too much of it, and it can and usually does drive us mad. It causes us to become physically ill. It makes us vulnerable to people who would use us for their purposes. Every suicide bomber under the sun has a story of alienation and radicalization. Every proud boy has some broken-spirited reason to be drawn to a radical band of brothers. So to thrive, we need to be part of something bigger than ourselves. We need something to live for. It's not just lonely young men who need a mission in life. We are all better when we feel like we're part of something that really matters. but how we create us also matters. A healthy, loving, life-changing community is able to do a few things. It is able to know itself, know its mission in the world, hold its boundaries while still throwing open the doors in wide welcome. It's willing to be changed while it is changing lives. So maybe that little alien from Blork doesn't feel alone and their life is changed, but we learn the music because we too are changed by that relationship, right? When new people with new ideas enter the circle, we don't just throw out all the old stuff and change everything overnight, and we also don't hold rigidly to the past and refuse to try anything new. We talk. We dream a little together. We try to figure out together what will bless the new configuration of us, what will hold more people, what will best serve our mission to draw the circle wide. That is why each of us gathered here should take seriously this task of learning to love our neighbor as ourselves. The more we're separated into social groups of like-minded others, the more dangerous the world becomes for all of us. The more we socialize exclusively in echo chambers, the more radicalized we all become. So let me tell you a little story. You've heard bits and pieces of this. Most of it won't seem very new. I first fell in love with Rachel Maddow back in 2004 when she was on Air America with Chuck D and Liz Winstead. Who was with me back then? Yes, thank you. That's the same Liz Winstead, by the way, who was the MC in Minneapolis in January for the post-March rally. Same one. She lives in Minneapolis. 16 years later, I am still a dedicated Rachel fan, rarely miss her show, and Rachel gives me a certain perspective, right? Ezra Klein gives me another, Don Lemon, a third, right? But as I've told you before, I also listen to The Bulwark and to Sarah Longwell's Focus Group podcast. Now, they're former Republicans, if you don't know. Doing that, I'm much more often pushed to think a little more thoroughly about some of my political assumptions. Sarah is always out there, God bless her, talking to groups of MAGA voters, Biden to Trump voters, young men voters, Gen Y voters, Democrats in Midwestern states, all of these iterations of people, right? And it can be so difficult, but I do this because I understand that I live in a bubble and that the nature of the current moment is to drive us all to more extremes, right? It's easy. It's very easy to become lazy in our thinking and to allow our own prejudices or just preferences to predominate. This comes not just from the incredible array of tech tools and monetization schemes that are tracking and coding us and driving what we see, and that's not something we can easily control. There are ways, but they're hard. But we also just love to feel a part of things. We love to feel seen and understood and like we're part of a community of people that we care about and trust. The entire spectrum of nature and social tech are an overwhelming cauldron of pressure for like to find like. Thy people shall be my people. Let's be an us. And in many ways, that is okay. It is okay. It is why you're here this morning, for example. I hope that you have found UU Asheville a community where you do feel like you can belong, where you find spiritual nurturance, people who will welcome and include you. And at the same time, Unitarian Universalism as a religious tradition makes a very critical demand of us as people of faith. It asks us not all to think alike, but to try to love alike, right? It asserts that we come from a common source and that we human beings are headed to a common destiny. But along the way, it asks that we make a spiritual practice of engaging with others whose beliefs may be quite different from our own. We need not think alike to love alike. Unitarian Universalism is that faith that welcomes Christian, pagan, atheist, Buddhist beliefs into fellowship. It's the place where the insights of science work to engage with the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita, for example. And each of us, when we go home, we may take something different away from that exchange. It is the place where we practice the most important skill of all, the ability to engage others with respect for their inherent worth and dignity, and with the capacity to stay in conversations that are hard. Remember, that is the great commandment, to love not like our neighbor, to hold awareness of their inherent worth and dignity, to keep striving for a better world for all of us. What our Unitarian Universalist faith asks of us is that in that process, especially if it's hard, that we at least not dehumanize other people along the way, and that we build up our skills and are ready to have some of those difficult conversations, maybe to rock the boat a little bit, bring it up, say it, to sometimes also discover that I am mistaken, maybe I'm just wrong about some things, and to work to build relationships wherever we can. We must always stand ready to widen the circle. You've heard this from me before. I've got all my little gems in here. This is Julian Soto, who says, all of us need all of us to survive. So how do you stop a young man from being radicalized? You talk with him. Make it clear that you see his humanity. Help him build his self-esteem. Help meet his basic needs. Affirm his inherent worth. Seek to help expand his circle of kinship. How do we help each other survive this dangerous, climate-damaged, economically perilous time? Well, we turn to each other. We reach out to just one more person. We widen the circle. We share resources, mutual aid. We hold hands as we journey toward whatever our common destiny will be. I'm going to let Marge Percy have the last word today. This is called The Low Road. What can they do to you? Whatever they want. They can set you up, they can bust you, they can break your fingers, they can burn your brain with electricity, blur you with drugs till you can't walk, can't remember. They can take your child, they can wall up your lover, they can do anything you can't stop them from doing. How can you stop them? Well, alone you can fight, you can refuse, you can take what revenge you can, but they roll over you. But two people fighting back to back can cut through a mob. A snake dancing file can break a cordon. An army can meet an army. Two people can keep each other sane, can give support, conviction, love, massage, hope, sex. Three people are a delegation, a committee, a wedge. With four, you can play bridge and start an organization. With six, you can rent a whole house, eat pie for dinner with no seconds, and hold a fundraising party. A dozen, make a demonstration. 100, fill a hall. 1,000, have solidarity in your own newsletter. 10,000, power and your own paper. 100,000, your own media. 10 million, your own country. It goes on one at a time. It starts when you care to act. It starts when you do it again and they said no. It starts when you say we and you know who you mean, and each day you mean one more. Amen. Oh, the ritual. We should do a ritual. See, this is how we do it together, right? If you were in here with me alone, we'd just be sitting around going, wonder what's happening next. But there is a ritual today, and it's simple, and it may feel a little like, I'm doing something. It's a little awkward, it's a little uncomfortable, but it's also a little bit of how we create community. It's not hard. While we do it, there's going to be some music. So we want our sound to be like a little bit of a low murmur. And what I'm going to invite you to do is the person on the end of each row here, and at the end of the row here, and here, and here. So that's the left, your left, the left, and then so starting over there with you, Langdon, and all of y'all. Just turn to your neighbor, the closest person, and look at them in the face. If you can't do eyes, that's okay. People have differences, but look at them in the face and just quietly say welcome. Just say welcome. And we're going to go through and we're going to have some music, but that's our ritual today. Just welcome each other sincerely to this place. Thank you so much. It seems like you might have enjoyed that a little bit. And we are definitely going to have Les play that exquisite piece again at another time, too. But now we're going to sing together, and he's going to introduce this hymn.
Is it on that? Good. We learned this one several weeks ago, so just dive in and sing it. Joy in the morning. Please rise in body or spirit, however.
Morning.
love this place. This is the time when we do the work of the congregation, which is a wonderful time in every service when I'm here. First thing I'm going to share with you is that there are members of our pastoral care team here. They're here to help you with all the things that are going on in our world today, and they're wearing yellow name tags, so feel free to look for them after the services if you need a listening ear. We usually invite our visitors to stand and introduce themselves, but in the interest of time, we can't do that today. But if you are a visitor, know that you are welcome, and if you would like to ask any questions or need any information, Trevor, oh yeah, see, there's Trevor. He's our connections coordinator, and he'll be glad to help you out, give you some information. We also have a welcome table in the lobby, in Sandberg Hall, rather. So you can stop by there and get some information. And I think Reverend Audette will probably remind you of this again later, too. But how many folks do we introduce ourselves to that we've never talked to? Amen. All right. Our announcements run as slides at the beginning of the service. If you missed them, refer to Thursday's e-news. And if you don't get the e-news and you would like to, please send us an email at information@uuasheville.org, and we'll get you on that list, or you can let us know at the welcome desk. I also have to say, Bunny Breakfast is coming. Grab your flyer and post it for us, please. Okay. What else do we have here? So we do have a very quick announcement today from our Leadership Development Committee. Venny, you want to come on up?
No bunny ears. Good morning, UU Asheville. I need to put on my eyeballs here. My name is Vinnie Zacharitz, and I am speaking on behalf of the Leadership Development Committee. We're sharing a couple of important opportunities to serve our congregation, both as a member of our board and also as a member of this committee, the Leadership Development Committee. In Unitarian Universalism, we talk about shared ministry, the idea that caring for the life of the congregation isn't just the work of the staff or a small circle of people. It's something that we build together. Serving on a congregational committee is one of the most direct ways to help our congregation stay healthy, mission-focused, and welcoming. Serving on these committees isn't about having a perfect resume. It's about bringing your voice, your presence, and your willingness to partner with others. It is a chance to help shape the future of UU Asheville. The board holds the big picture governance of the congregation, stewardship, strategy, and responsible decision-making. The Leadership Development Committee focuses on helping to identify and support leaders across the congregation, ensuring that we're building a healthy pipeline for the future. If you have ever felt grateful for this community, and I know I have, if you've ever thought, I want UU Asheville to be here for the next person the way it has been here for me, this is one meaningful way to say yes to that. And if you're not sure that you're the type for leadership, you are exactly the person that we hope will reach out to us. We're looking for a range of voices and experiences, and we're happy to have an honest conversation about what's involved and what might be a good fit. At this time, I would like to introduce the other members of the LDC. Wilma Oman, Cecil Bennett, you're out there somewhere, thank you, and Graham, our AV tech. And Deanna Banks is also on the committee, but she's not with us today. So if you're interested or even just curious, find any of us after the service for a conversation, or you can email me, Graham, at...
It was up there.
Oh, okay, at this email address. So hope to hear from you guys. Come find us. Thank you.
Thank you, Venny. They do important work, and they're a wonderful group of folks, so thank you for all you do. So, let's see. Our community plate partner this month is Food Connections, and as always, we split the plate with our partner. The work and ministries of this congregation are entirely supported by the generosity of our members and friends. We celebrate your generosity each Sunday with music and thanks. You make us possible, and we give thanks for you. The offering will now be gratefully collected. For the gifts of your time, talent, and treasure, we are truly grateful. We're also grateful to our choir today for sharing the gift of music, and that music truly is a gift to us, from them to us, and your attention during that time when they're singing and playing is our gift to them.
Graham, if I could, oh, it is on. This wasn't planned. I just want to thank our wonderful choir. If you haven't noticed, they have to watch my head for cues a lot of the time. But the other thing is they covered for me earlier because I was struggling with a page turn and had to stop playing for a little bit, and they just kept singing like they're supposed to do. So here we go.
Over my head, I see freedom in the air. Over my head, I see freedom in the air. Over my head, I see freedom in the air. There must be a joy somewhere. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear singing everywhere. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a joy. 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 There must be a joy somewhere.
And so we come to the end. And so why don't you join the choir, rise as you're willing and able to do so, spiritual or physical stature appreciated. Remember who you are in the days ahead. You are the light of the world. Remember who we are in the days ahead. We are the vessel that lifts the light high. Let's sing together.